In this video you will learn one of the most important things about starting a Twitch stream and why it's so important. Let's do this. Hey, what's up, mate? My name is Seth, and if you ever try your hand at streaming or you are currently trying to grow your stream, you probably already know how important it is to choose the right game. Choose one that everyone is playing and you will get lost in the directory without no one being able to find you ever. Choose one that no one is playing and, well, nobody will ever know that you are there just trying to grow a stream. And that's where Twitch Strike comes into play. But before we start, don't forget that this channel is all about helping gamers find their path through life with psychology tricks, inspiration, motivation, how-tos, and so many other things. So if you're interested in that, like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any of it. Now let's go to the computer. Twitch Strike is a free website that tells you which games are exactly on that spot of having way too many viewers but not many streamers playing it. Its first two sections actually pretty much just tell you that which games are best to stream at and which games are the worst to stream at. Here's the thing, these are suggestions based only on that particular day, on that particular time. And not every game will be the same at every day of the week and at every time of that particular day. Which is why the best section Twitch Strike has is actually this one, here, and guides when to stream on Twitch. Let's check it. In here you can pretty much search for any particular game, any game that you want to play. Now let's look for a very popular one, alright? Alright, once you found it, this is what you will see. So let me clarify it for you. In here we have how many channels are actually playing the game with how many viewers. Now, that seems like a lot of viewers, right? But actually that's a lot of channels too. Here in the options you can actually include or exclude the top 5% of streamers that are right now. That means if you want to include or actually exclude those partner streamers that pull a lot of people, pull most of the people that are in the directory right now. Of course, for our purposes, we want to actually always exclude it. In here you can actually see the last 7 days or the last 28 days. The last 28 days is just an average of all the weeks. The last 7 days is just literally how it was last 7 days with this particular game. And don't forget to put your actual times on so you know which times are better for each game. But here is where the magic happens actually. This is the heat maps. In the channel's heat maps, the darker it is, the more streamers there are. In the viewers heat map, the darker it is, the more viewers there are. Now you will see that apparently there are not many viewers. It doesn't matter which day and at which time of the week. This is only and specifically only compared to how many streamers there are. Because actually, we have 16,000 viewers here, we have 9,000 viewers here, we have 7,000 viewers here, and so on. There are quite a lot of viewers, but compared to how many actually streamers there are, like in the 4,000 viewership we have 2,800 streamers. Now you would probably try to say that that's a lot of viewers for those many channels, but not really. I can assure you that most of those channels have only 1 or 2 viewers, and only some of them actually have all of those 14,000. So pretty much you will only be streaming for 1 or 2 people if you are actually lucky and want to try your hand at League of Legends, which I actually and nobody actually can't recommend. In here in the ratio heat map is where actually everything is condensed. The only time which kinda could be a good idea to stream will be Fridays at 7 AM, which you will only be competing against 1,400 channels. But again, that's still 1,400 channels, and if you are new at this or you don't have any type of established community, you will be at the bottom of that directory. Nobody goes to the bottom of that directory. Nobody goes through 1,400 channels. Like, no. Now let's go to the what to stream section and pull an actual game from there, alright? Let's go with Heroes of Might and Magic 3. Now we will exclude the top 5, we will do an average of the last 28 days, and here's what we find. Right now there are 24 channels, but there are 1,135 viewers. There's a ratio of 47 compared to the ratio of 3 I think that League of Legends had. I will need to check that out on the video. And look at the difference. Now if you check any of these, like for instance, you will see that the viewership compared to League of Legends is just much smaller, but so is the competition. Only 17 channels for those 2000 viewers, it's a much better ratio. You can easily go through 17 channels to find the bottom one. So while on the other you will be lucky if you have one or two, and actually I'm really saying really lucky. In here you could easily have 5 or 6 or 7, like just like that, because there is not enough channels streaming it. So it really doesn't matter if there are like 30,000 or 40,000 viewers on League of Legends or Apex or Fortnite or all of those popular video games, because there is no way that they will go to 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000 streams to just find yours at the bottom. There is just not a possible way. Now, it is a fact in business that the narrower your niche, the faster you will grow. That is something that not many people understand, but that's just how it is. And with something as competitive as social media, you really need that extra edge, or just having a very specific niche. And knowing which game to play might just be that. And the best part of this is once you have an established community, because you're trying to establish a community, right? You can start playing other things. Start with just small variations, games that are very similar to the ones you chose. And so you will attract new people, and the old people will be happy, and everyone will be happy, and you will just continue to grow. And just a few more tips. Once you start researching what game to play, go to the Twitch directory itself. See which type of people are playing it, and why they are playing it. Is there a new expansion? Is there a new release? Is there a tournament? Really try to research what's going on with the game that you want to play. And in the end, don't be afraid to experiment. And that's exactly what I'm doing right now. Starting next Friday and every Friday after that, 9 AM Central Time. Link on the description below. See you on Twitch. And see if this Twitch strike thing really works.